Ice, ice, baby. Boom, da lum, boom, boom, boom. Ice, ice, baby. Boom, da lum, boom, boom, boom. Word. Okay, now that I got that little intro over there that's about 30 years outdated. Tonight, first of all, I want to wish everyone rest of your Sunday night. It's almost over with. And tomorrow will be hopefully a nice new week. It can be if you decide for it to be. I wanted to talk about, well, first of all, let me start with this. A lot of us have stories about UFOs, either seeing them possibly in the night sky, or we maybe have been abducted. Hey, I'm in one of those boats where I feel like I was, and a lot of you probably too. Well, I have stories today about celebrities and their UFO stories, and some even saying they've seen aliens. A couple of them. In the first story, it's about President Ronald Reagan, and I think this happened before he was president. When he was still married to Nancy, though. He had told Lucille Ball this, which in turn had told Shirley MacLaine. So actually, Shirley MacLaine actually told this story out to the public, I believe. She said that Lucille Ball said that Ronald Reagan had said that one night him and Nancy were at a party. I think that was on their way back from a party that this happened. That while they were driving down the road, they saw a spaceship, and that I'm assuming they stopped their car, or their car got stopped, and they actually saw two aliens, and one of them told Ronald Reagan that you should get out of acting and into politics. Actually, the same thing happened to Elvis Presley when he was about, I don't know, I think it was 10, 11, or 6. He was a little, he was a youngster. And he saw two aliens. Two aliens seem to be a thing. And they had told him, or actually showed him, a man in a white jumpsuit, which of course was him when he was adult, on stage. So he sort of he didn't really understand it, I think he said at the time, but of course later on, he did obviously understand what they meant. Which actually kind of makes one wonder, are they sort of helping guide us to what they think our destiny may be? Kind of like the Adjustment Bureau in some cases, huh? Except they weren't necessarily, I don't know if they were supposed to be aliens or not, but maybe, who knows? And this also happened, supposedly, it was told that Jackie Gleason, who was also into UFOs, and former President Richard Nixon, they both owned properties in Florida, in the south part of Florida. And they got to be golfing buddies, and they were both interested in UFOs. Nobody knows that about Jackie Gleason, and I didn't either until I read this the other day. But Jackie Gleason was really into paranormal and UFOs. You never would have thought it. But, yes, so. And in this case, it was February 19th of 1973. Richard Nixon came to Gleason's house and took him to a Homestead Air Force Base. And they went to a secret, secure installation. Sounds like something, And supposedly and he took him under this tunnel. underground, obviously, and he saw supposedly aliens and a crashed spaceship, and he said that spaceship had crashed by the Homestead Air Force Base. You have to wonder, if these are true, and I believe a lot of these cases could be, how many have crashed that the government knows about and is keeping absolutely quiet about? And why? Really? I mean, okay, in some cases, if they didn't, there probably would be people everywhere, oh, where's that UFO, you know, trying to get into places. But if it's a secure installation, they probably wouldn't be able to get there anyway. So, and Van Halen, the guy from Van Halen, the Hager guy, I can't tell what I wrote here, says he had a surreal dream where two aliens in a spaceship plugged into him. In a surreal dream, they plugged into him. And they either were uploading or downloading into him, he believes. And they programmed him to becoming a rock star, which got him later to write songs such as about outer space, and the future songs like Crack in the World and Silver Lights, which I wasn't into, like hard rock, so I don't know any. I think, by the way, I think that was Sammy Hagar, but you guys who know these groups probably know all this anyway. So yeah, I mean, it seems to be a lot of these celebrities had seen in earlier times some of these UFOs, whether they actually say they saw them or they saw them in dreams, which it's still, I think, a form of reality, if you ask me. And they're trying to sort of guide them along. Now, it could be that they know that some people would be too freaked out if they really saw them. So maybe they do come in dreams. Maybe. Okay, John Lennon also woke up. Now, he woke up, he wasn't in a dream, with a light shining through his door. You know, his wife, oh, I don't remember what her name was, but she was over there sleeping. And he opened the door, and he saw 4 alien, like, bug-type beings. You know, you hear about those alien-type, those praying mantis kind of bugs. That's what he saw. And they wouldn't let him near them, but they pushed him with their minds. And they gave him some kind of egg-shaped device, metallic, which he supposedly gave to his friend and magician Uri Geller, because he obviously didn't want it, you know. So, but what was it? I don't even think Uri Geller, I don't think anybody has, you know, I think they're too afraid to know, but John Lennon was completely freaked out. And he didn't want it. He didn't want anything to do, you know, he thought, you know, can't really blame him. A J. Christopher, who is an artist, says he saw a short grayish creature when he was little, I think, crouched in front of the family basement washing machine going through the laundry. And he also had encounters as he was growing up with the mantis type beings, the praying mantis. I cannot imagine when I was little waking up in the middle of the night or something and seeing aliens, especially going through the laundry. Hey, while you're there, can you do the laundry now? I mean, what in the world were they looking for going through the laundry? That is very strange, because that would be not the place I think they would be. And Olivia Newton-John also saw UFOs when she was 15. I think she just saw them in the sky, supposedly. And Fran Drescher, you know, the one who played in that series, goodness gracious, Nanny also said that she has seen alien. Oh, and thinks she was abducted. I think she also thinks that one of her her ex-husbands had been abducted as well, or something, sort of. But yeah, you never know. I mean, I imagine if they do abduct people and they're abducting your normal average person, they're probably also abducting celebrities. Why not, right? And former New York Knicks star Baron Davis also says he was abducted. During a drive from Las Vegas to LA, he saw bright lights and ended up in a steel contraption with humanoid terrestrial creatures poking at his nose. That's the stories I have, and, some of them, they're kind of freaky, but what do you think? I mean, certainly, I think people do get abducted, personally, I think. Does everyone who think they are abducted get abducted? Probably not. No. Do sometimes we think we might have been abducted and not be? All I know is the time that my sister and I were going through this, we didn't even know about abductions. And yet, we knew something that we were being taken, and somehow it seems like we knew they were aliens. Even though that really wasn't a thing back then. So, I don't know. But something to think about, huh? Anyway, a few interesting stories. I'm sure there's a million more out there on the web. I'm sure a lot of celebrities have. Some who are vocal about it, and some maybe not so much, But it just goes to prove, whether you're famous or you're not famous, life happens to you anyway. And sometimes that may come in the form of abductions. And, it's nice to know that even famous people take time to look at the skies and see things. Anyway, I wish everyone a wonderful, fabulous week ahead, and over and out, and look up at the skies. And over and out.